All right, everybody, we are back. First week of March. Talk about some training. Talk about next week's workouts. I know I dropped the ball on last week, and funny enough, I didn't get one email, one text message. Well, nobody seemed to care. So once in a while, I wonder if doing this actually provides any value to you guys. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Last week was more of a laziness excuse on my part. I didn't take my computer with me to High Rocks. Didn't get back till Sunday late in the afternoon. I was pretty toasted. And yeah, I didn't get it done. But sometimes if people miss something, they let me know. And I was not informed. So if you guys do actually get value out of this, let me know. Because, again, I only want to do things that actually provide value, and this takes time each week. It takes effort and energy. So let me know. Okay? Talking about workouts right now in the short term. Last week, Thursday, Friday, was week 1 of the CrossFit Open. Those of you that are new to CrossFit, chances are you're not even watching this video. But if you are, the CrossFit Open has been going on for many, many years. Lots of years. Let's see. While we're here together, let's see. When was the first CrossFit Open? First CrossFit Open was held in 2011. All right? So roughly 3 years before Double Edge was open. So every year, all the CrossFit affiliates who pay to be a CrossFit affiliate, like we do, compete worldwide in the Open. It used to be 5 workouts, 5 weeks long. And as an affiliate and somebody that runs a gym, it was a pain in the arse. It was 5 weeks of dishevelment. Okay? So they switched it a few years back to 3 workouts, 3 weeks, and then quarterfinals. All online, all virtual, which has been much better from an affiliate management perspective. Not sure if it's better for the athletes or not. I think so. I think most people doing 3 max effort workouts 3 weeks in a row, it's kind of enough for the bulk of us to get our annual competitive test of fitness to see where we're at in the realm of general physical preparedness in our CrossFit journey. So the Open, I'm pretty sure my brother and I will dive deeper into the Open on our podcast coming up this week. But I love the Open. I'm here for it. I think it's great. If you choose to sign up for the Open, you can do so through tomorrow afternoon and still submit your score from this last Thursday, Friday. And you can still do the workout up till tomorrow afternoon. And you pay $20. It all goes to CrossFit. This is just a friendly reminder. I feel to say it every year. No affiliate in the world gets any sort of monetary gain from the Open fees. Those $20 go directly to CrossFit headquarters. And, you know, it is my personal belief that they are doing the best things with that money to support athletes, competition, marketing, branding, education, all the things good about CrossFit. That's where I believe that money goes. But we get nothing. So you sign up for the Open. It's for you to be on the worldwide leaderboard. My brother signed up for it and participated many years in a row. Many of our coaches have. You get to see your year-over-year consistency. It's kind of cool. I guarantee you've wasted $20 on worse things. So if you choose to sign up for the Open, you're going to search Double Edge CrossFit, not Double Edge Fitness. We are a CrossFit affiliate, unlike some of the people out there who host the Open and pretend to be CrossFit affiliates but don't want to pay to be a part of it. It's kind of a thorn in my side, but I digress. We are Double Edge CrossFit on the CrossFit page that you would enter. Some people are typing in Double Edge Fitness, like, hey, I can't find the gym. To CrossFit, we are Double Edge CrossFit. That's the affiliate name we pay for. All right, so you'll search that, and you'll enter in Double Edge CrossFit, and then your judge and your score, and it comes into my end as the affiliate manager, and we validate the scores and whatnot. So that's how that works. So this week we have 26.2 on Friday. We don't know what that is. They don't give the affiliates any insights or anything on what these workouts are. Whether you believe it or not, it's a surprise to the entire world on Thursday at 12 o'clock. Okay? So we don't know. And that was one of the downsides of 5 weeks of this, because it really disrupts training and gym flow for workout planning. So, because we don't know. So we don't want people to be too messed up going into Friday, but we don't want to back off of all of our training. So we're just trying to carry some GPPs, a little bit of strength, conditioning forward the next 3 weeks, right? We're still front squatting percentages. I suggest that you stick with your percentages. So Monday, we do have 6x2 front squat. Goal is 80%. Finishing with 100 standing banded ab curls. All right. Standing banded ab curls. This is an interesting exercise. I do like it. All right. There's some science out there that banded cable curls for your abs are one of the best exercises you can do for your core. Should be a nice little burn. All right. I may sprinkle some options up there on the whiteboard if some people aren't finding the intended stimulus of these ab curls. All right. So stay tuned. I don't believe we have ever programmed these before in group class. Ever. I don't recall. I am older now. Brain might be slipping a little bit, but I don't recall these being group class. Followed by, on Monday, our workout 7-minute AMRAP, pull-ups, more pull-ups, and power snatches. We also got some ground to overhead for build, which is a clean and jerk option. That's what that means. And some jumping pull-ups. So you got a couplet if you're doing build. You got a triplet if you're doing welded or warrior. You got those chest to bar and bar muscle ups. Power snatches are the lightweight, something you can cycle, 75 pounds. So this is going to be a little grippy pulling workout, right? But it's not that long. It's not gonna wreck your soul. Might wreck your grip. It's not gonna wreck your soul. So that's always a plus. Tuesday, we got a 14-minute EMOM. I feel like we're missing something here. I have to look into this. Hold tight, people. Hold tight. You going with me on this? See, I do programming review at the same time I make this video. Yep. Watch this. The dates are wrong here. Silliness. Let me text. You guys get to roll with me through this. Need the strength for Tuesday. Alright, you guys don't know this. Chris does all the inputting on here. So, strength on Tuesday is power clean push jerk, 5 sets of 2. I knew there was something else there. Yeah, so we got power clean push jerks, 5x2 every minute and 45 seconds, followed by an EMOM, 14 minutes. Minute 1, we got GHD sit-ups or ab mat sit-ups. Minute 2, we have hang power cleans. Kind of a challenging weight, but I feel these 4 hang power cleans, 1, they're hang, so you don't want to be picking it up all the time. They should be unbroken. Should be able to cycle them, all right? Not a terrible EMOM, all right? Sweat, you have 5 rounds ab mat sit-ups, 700-meter rows, some single-arm dumbbell strict press, and some single-arm dumbbell bent-over rows. You know what? I kind of like that workout. You won't see me do it, but I do like that workout. Wednesday, 30-minute AMRAP. Some of you might be like, too soon. Just did a bunch of wall balls. What are you going to do more? So you're welcome. We got some calories on the ski or bike, double unders, and wall balls. I'm going to tell you guys this. Double unders is a skill that you should strive to acquire. right? It's a dramatically different workout stimulus than single unders. If you're constantly falling back on single unders and not practicing your double unders, and there is some coaching cues that can take place into helping you get the double under. But at the end of the day, it's a higher jump and faster wrist speed with a little rhythm and a little coordination. So it takes time. I tell people it takes 10,000 successful reps to become a master of double unders. It's a dramatically different workout, better workout than always relying on single unders. Okay? That's my coaching tip for Wednesday. Even if you have to cut the reps down, there's a 30-minute AMRAP. Say you can only do 10 double unders. I would rather people start reducing the reps and practicing real double unders than constantly just defaulting to single unders. Okay? It's going to take work. It's going to take a lot of probably blood, whipping yourself. But you can do it. And once you get them, it's one of those skills and one of those movements that dramatically increases your fitness in a very meaningful way because it is a completely different workout. I'm going to tell you this. If you're going to default to single unders, you better hurt on the machine. All right? Because it is a dramatically different workout. So if you're going to default to single unders, you need to push on the machine a little bit harder. All right? That's my thorn. It's my bone to pick today. Tuesday, just some light bodybuilding and then sweat. You're just 10 rounds, zone 2, zone 3 effort, which is in interval format. On the bike, I don't care what machine you use, what machines you want to mix and match. The reality is you don't do zone 2 intervals. It's not a thing. It's really not. So it's basically 30 minutes of zone 2. I don't necessarily know you need rest. So it's 30 minutes of sweating. That is the goal. Because Friday, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. And we'll find out Thursday what's going to happen Friday. That goes into Saturday. 40-minute AMRAP of air squats, skiing, push-ups, strict pull-ups. I like that. That's a little Murph prep oriented. Got some higher volume there on those air squats, push-ups, and pull-ups. I like that. It's good stuff. But depending on what Friday is, well, some of you might not be too excited about Saturday. Again, we don't know, so we can only program loosely around the open. All right? So, if for some reason Friday did have air squats, pull-ups, and push-ups in it, we'd most likely update Saturday if it's too darn close. All right, so don't freak out. And then those of you that watch this and may or may not care, I am programming running Hyrox RTO prep work under this track. All right, so I got some running joint health in there. I'm playing with the delivery of this. There's no videos worth a darn in SugarWOD. I have a ton of videos for all these movements in TrueCoach, which is a platform we use for personalized training, individual design training. That's where most of the videos are aggregated for us. But I got some joint health stuff here. It's the same thing 3 days a week, and it's going to progress for 4 weeks and change. And then I got running intervals for Hyrox focus work, RTO focused work, and then aerobic capacity work on the weekends meant to be done Saturday or Sunday, something long. Zone 2, Zone 3 duration, aerobic capacity work. If any of you guys watching this are doing the Hyrox simulation in Carson City CrossFit is hosting a simulation, and you want to join the Hyrox Training Hub, and come over to WhatsApp, pull it up here on the screen while I got you. So I got the Hyrox Training Hub. Right, this is where I post notes. We banter back and forth, but this is all things training for Hyrox. You guys are doing a Hyrox event, training for a Hyrox event. Might be advantageous. You might get value out of this. Other people have. This is where I'm putting some, a good chunk of my coaching energy. I also started one that is going to be focused on prepping you guys for the RTO and myself for the RTO. All right. So that's what I'm using WhatsApp for mostly. Primarily coaching towards events and supporting our members and their training towards specific events. Right now, we just got done with Hyrox in Vegas. Many of us are pretty amped to do the next sanctioned Hyrox event. We don't know where that is. The rest of the ones in the US are sold out for this year. Once they release the 2026-2027 calendar and start releasing more US-based events, we will pick one to go to and do it again. All right, but in the meantime, Carson City, I believe it's in May, has a simulation. And I know a handful of members are doing the simulation. And if you want some specific prep work for that, great. All right. Now, when it comes to this Hyrox running prep, I have not decided that we're adding Hyrox specific classes to the gym. And this is why. Because I truly believe CrossFit and the way we program CrossFit builds a great foundation of strength and fitness for Hyrox. But what we need on top of that is running. More intervals, more capacity work in running. I'm not starting a running class, nor am I starting a running club. I am programming running. And how this worked for the 8 to 10 weeks leading up to the last Hyrox is we did the running, right? I appreciate, well, not just appreciate, but those of you doing your running at the gym on the hamster wheels or doing some of these compromised intervals at the gym, you need to be on open gym membership to do it at the gym. Right? That's just what it is. So if you're going to do these, I know most people did them outdoors. I would encourage you to do a healthy chunk of your running on hard surface because the RTO one is hard surface and trail running. So you should be doing a lot of your prep work in that environment. And then Hyrox, typically all the running done at Hyrox is on hard concrete. And that was a bit of an eye-opener for us. Me and my partner JP specifically, we did a big bulk of our training on the hamster wheels at the gym, especially our interval training. And that's out of proximity, time management, and preserving our joints because we're not smaller athletes. We're not small. We don't have necessarily the running physique, if you can imagine that. So the hamster wheel, and what I'm referring to as the hamster wheels, the Assault Air Runners, call them the hamster wheels. Those are a little bit more forgiving on the body. And they helped us get a lot of volume in without our joints getting beat up. But I will be transitioning more of my running to the road based on how my body's handling it because it was a significant enough difference to notice that we should have done more of our interval training on hard surface versus just relying on the Air Runner for interval training. As food for thought. If you are a bigger athlete, bigger runner, say over 180 pounds, technically, you're getting into the weight area that you don't got that runner's physique, right? And sometimes when we're a little bigger, whether it be muscular or excess stored calories, that pounding pavement and running, regardless of how good your form is, can be a little more taxing on the joints. So when you're doing your long aerobic capacity work, 90 minutes of pounding pavement, if you haven't built up to it, and this goes for the RTO, even those of you guys on a 12-person team, chances are you're running anywhere from, I think, 10 to 15, 16 miles. Okay, so it's a significant amount, and you want to build up some tolerance for that. But you also have to build up aerobic capacity for that. And I put in here for aerobic capacity work, the majority needs to be running. But if you need to mix in these long days, some bike and some road to help give your body some breaks from just pounding pavement, it's a good idea, okay? You want to keep everything healthy as you're building that aerobic base. So I put in 50 to 90 minutes of continuous zone 2 in here on Saturday. And depending on where you're at, if you haven't been running hardly at all, you might want to cut that down to 30 minutes. 50 minutes and mix in some extra zone 2 work on a machine to alleviate some of that pressure as you're building your aerobic capacity. When it comes to training for these events, I firmly believe, and yes, I'm a CrossFit junkie at heart. I truly believe in it. It's built a great base of fitness for me and my partner, JP. We went to High Rocks. We did pretty darn well for only 8 weeks of focused training when it comes to running. Our base of fitness was done in group class, and I believe that to be a great base of fitness, strength, and aerobic capacity. If you're consistent with group class 3 to 5 days per week, you're going to build a great base of fitness. When we're training for these specific events, I firmly believe in continuing to do CrossFit. I will be doing this running work on top of group class. That's not for everybody. We're all at a different place in our CrossFit journey, in our fitness journey, in our running journey. I will be doing this on top of group class. A lot of other people will be. You need to listen to your body, but adding running on top of class, or maybe once or twice a week replacing class with running, depending on how you're recovering, should be the thought process here. Okay, we're building a bigger engine on top of our strength and general physical preparedness foundation. As long as we're recovering from it, that should be the mindset. Now, you guys, I'm here to be your coach and help you with these events, right? I'm the self-appointed event coach, which happens to be built around High Rocks and RTO right now. And if you want to sit down with me and have a conversation about your own personal training plan and approach to any of these events, I am very happy to do that. I think I'm sitting down with 4 or 5 people in the next couple weeks to go over their specific needs and what they need to focus on and how they should personally approach training. Because this is blanket. This is general. Right? Depending on where you're at in your training is how you should approach training going forward. All right? Hope that makes sense. So, again, just recap. We got our week of GPP, General Physical Preparedness, also known as CrossFit. Right? And then I got in here the High Rocks running RTO stuff. We got to start building some aerobic capacity for these events. Right? That's what we got. You guys, if you got questions, I'm here to help. All of our other coaches are here to help. We want to see you crush your goals and get after your training in a very intentional and smart way. All right. It's enough motivational speech. Love you guys. I'm out. Peace. And check on you, I guess, in class this week. All right?